Good morning, all. Welcome to PSIR Analytica. Myself, Nikhil Gowda, the Insights PSIR faculty. So, friends, let's come to today's question. Today's question was basically based on the feminist approach to international politics. The question what we had posted was feminist approach to international politics is biased, and you have to comment on it. So, friends, two things you need to understand. One thing is that what exactly is the demand of the question. Here they're asking, they've given a quote or they've given a statement saying that the feminist approach to international politics is biased and you have to bring your opinion on it. Now, how do we construct the answer here? First, you introduce basically what is the feminist approach to international politics, a very brief point. Then you move on to saying that what is the bias or what is the opinion of certain scholars, that why they say there is a bias in international politics. Then you can end up with your answer stating your opinion, to what extent you agree that there's a bias or not. So this can be the framework of the answer what you are supposed to write. So quickly to start with, so feminist approach, give a brief introduction in that regard. So you can say feminist theorists, you can write your introduction as feminist theorists used gender lens. Okay, try to use keywords like this, gender lens, for re-examining fundamental concepts in international relations, such as state, power, and security. Now, after you write this, what you can do is that you can write about certain major claims of the feminism in that regard. In this regard, you can bring the view of Steven Pinker. Steven Pinker, he argues that the world would have been more peaceful, or the world will be more peaceful if it was led by women. Okay, he says that world will be more peaceful if it was led by women. And the same view is also reflected in the writings of Cynthia Enlow, who says that why the state would have been more peaceful. The state is aggressive because of its patriarchal nature. Now, why the state appears patriarchal in nature? It is because it is led by men in that regard. Hence, there is more number of wars, violence, etc. So the same argument what she also makes is that if women led the world, we would have been more a peaceful world. But this is where many people criticize that the feminist approach is biased, because some scholars argue that the reason why the world or states go to war, or why the states are security maximizers, it's not because of it is led by men, it is because the world order is anarchical in nature. You have to use the keyword anarchical in nature. Hence, it is irrespective of whether it is men or women in that regard, the state would go to war. So here you can give the example. You can cite the example that Margaret Thatcher, Indira Gandhi, or you also have Golda Meir. Now, all of them led their countries to war. Hence, people say that it is wrong to link the behavior of the state with the factor of gender, because there are various other factors which influence the behavior of the state, and it is not just gender. And the one more biasness within the feminist approach is given by Chandra Mohanty, who's a post-colonial feminist, and she's written a very important book called as Feminism Without Borders. So basically here she asks that the other bias in the feminist approach to international politics is mainly that from the Western countries, the Western feminists have tried to showcase or stereotype the women from the colonial countries are very backward, and it is the duty of the Western countries to protect these women from exploitation in that regard. And moreover, this idea of feminism lacks intersectionality. But in spite of all this biasness, one cannot deny the fact that the feminist approach has given new direction to the international politics in that regard. And Joseph Nye also says that, even he says that we cannot agree to the extent that gender leads to making a state more friendly with respect to its conduct of external relationship. But however, he agrees to a fact that wherever there is more violence in the world, there is less women empowerment. More violence in the world, there is less women empowerment. So friends, this should be your structure of your answer. These can be the ideal points you can link in your answer. The most important point is to understand the demand of the question. If you have just written plainly, what feminist approach said or what feminist approach says about how to modify international politics, you are not going to fetch marks. You have to make sure that you are addressing that what is the biasness, and then you can also counter that, it is not completely biased. There is certain truth also in what they are saying. So friends, with this, we'll come to an end to today's session. Again, we'll meet you with the next set of questions. And for those people for the 4th week, that is the starting from Monday, we'll be starting the part B of paper 2, that is India and the world. And the syllabus for that part of the syllabus will be for the next will be determinants of the Indian foreign policy, continuity and changes in the Indian foreign policy. We'll be trying to cover these aspects of your syllabus. So friends, again, I'll meet you next week with a new set of questions. Till then, take care and stay safe. Thank you.